What's up, guys? Got some great readings this morning on inflation. The consumer pricing index was released and inflation declined from 7.1% to 6.5%, which is amazing news. But when you look into the CPI report a little deeper, we look at the core reading, and within the core reading, it contains shelter. Nick, tell us about what will happen with shelter.
So here's what's really confusing, right? We have a lower inflation reading, which details a couple things. Let's pull up this graph so we can look at it. We see that home prices went down very minimally, 0.5%. Rental costs are down 0.8%, so still less than 1%. However, shelter costs increased 0.8%. So let's ask ourselves a question. If home prices are down, if rental prices are down, how can the cost for someone to live, which is shelter, be up?
How does that work, Nick?
This is one of those crazy anomalies, right? Where sometimes the data just doesn't make a lot of sense. So what I would say is, again, this is really an indication of where the positive information that we received could have actually been significantly better, if not for some of these anomalies.
So question for you, Nick. What's coming down the pipeline? Are there any reports that may be positive or may take a little spin on what this shelter reading was?
Absolutely. So the biggest thing that we have to look forward to next is our PCE report. That's going to come January 27th. The biggest thing about PCE is, number one, that's the Fed's favorite measure of monitoring inflation. And number two, that has a significantly less weight that they put on shelter costs. So my prediction is that the PCE numbers will actually move lower than initially projected, and we should move from our current 4.7% down to 4.2%. And when we see a move like that with PCE inflation, you're going to see significant increase in mortgage bonds and lower interest rates.
And that falls exactly in line with what our projections were since the beginning of the year. So it'll be interesting to pay attention, and we'll be sure to keep you guys informed.